Alright, just a notice before we actually start this review. I am currently getting over a cold, so if I do sound nasally, congested, or just generally plagued by a disease, I hope it's not too much of an issue. But without further ado, please enjoy the review. I love fighting games that just have certain things about them that make them stand out. And the Guilty Gear franchise is a perfect example of this. With its characters, atmosphere, storyline, there aren't a lot of fighting games that, have the same level of uniqueness Guilty Gear has. Courtesy of GOG.com, this is Guilty Gear X2 Reload. A great Guilty Gear game. Now, let's go ahead and knock out what's the most important part of this review, the combat system of Guilty Gear, and this is where I'm going to give the most praise, because the combat system of Guilty Gear X2 is fantastic. It is incredibly fluid, and what's nice is it's accessible enough to people who want to play casually or mash out some combos, but it's got so much depth and tech for those people who want to play at a higher level. There's tons of little mechanics alongside the already freaking fluid and brilliant combat system, including things like combo breakers, Roman canceling, and the somewhat useless destroy moves. The combat itself is fluid, fast, and the moves are often ridiculous. It's great. As I mentioned, the characters and atmosphere of this game are very unique. It's very hard to look at one character from Guilty Gear and get them easily confused with somebody from another fighting game. Like, each one of them has their own uniqueness factor, and the movesets complement it well too. The characters don't have, like, completely identical movesets, which is nice to find in a fighting game. The actual setting, the stages and stuff are also pretty kick-ass too. The art and just general design of the game comes together very nicely and has this unique and awesome feel to it. Another aspect of Guilty Gear that nobody can disagree with me on is how great the music of this game is. Taking heavy metal and putting it into a fighting game like this just suits it so perfectly. And pretty much all of the tracks for this game are really well composed and have a really awesome feel to it. There's plenty of game modes to fill your needs for this game, including your typical fighting game modes like arcade mode, versus, and training, and as well as a story mode, which, it adds interest, it adds story and stuff and dialogue, but it's not, the most exciting story mode you're gonna play. Along with all these game modes, you also have multiple controller support, so that you can play with actual controllers since this is a PC version of the game. So you're not completely stuck with the only option of using keyboards, because trying to play with two people on keyboards is painful and people are going to lose inputs. So it's definitely recommended that you have an extra controller to use for this game. And remember, when your friends are coming over to get their asses kicked, please remind them to bring their controllers. I think the only real issue I have with this game is that it's pretty unbalanced, but I've said this before, balance isn't everything in a fighting game. Because I can still have a shit ton of fun playing this one. So yeah, in general, Guilty Gear X2 Reload is a fantastic game. It's fun, got lots of variety, and not many fighting games are like it. Sure, we have other air dash fighters, but in general, if you want the atmosphere and feel of Guilty Gear, there aren't many games that stand a foot next to it. It's very cheap on GOG.com, only a few bucks. And it's not the most up-to-date version, but it's still a pretty solid version of the game. So if you're interested in trying out a Guilty Gear game, but you don't want to fork over too much money for it, this is definitely your best chance to give it a shot.